Ladies and gentlemen, happy Halloween. We are on the final day of my 31 days of Halloween, and as you guessed it, today we are going to be reviewing Halloween. Let's go. Halloween was released in 1978. 15 years after murdering his sister on Halloween night 1963, Michael Myers escapes from a mental hospital and returns to the small town of Haddonfield, Illinois to kill again. There is nothing to say about this movie that hasn't been said already, but I'm just going to repeat some things. This is the magnum opus for slasher movies. This movie set the standard for modern horror. I know a lot of people like to say that Psycho is Michael Myers is more iconic than Norman Bates, so Halloween wins. John Carpenter caught lightning in a bottle and made this masterpiece for $325,000 in 20 days, and this would eventually go on to become one of the most profitable independent films ever. It's basically re-released into theaters every year around the holiday anyway, so the box office numbers just keep going up. There is not a single frame or aspect of this movie that I would change or alter in any way. Its approach is very simple and stylized, and everything is executed with this certainty and this intent. Everything feels like it has purpose. And when you have a film that carries as much confidence as Halloween does, the scares kind of tend to create themselves. You don't really have to work that hard to build towards anything. Having a premise also that's so grounded in reality, it kind of raises the stakes for every decision that these characters make. The character of Michael Myers and the mystique that surrounds him is where all of this fear is derived from. You're not given a motive, you're not given a purpose, hell, you're not even given dialogue. I mention this a lot in horror movies because this is still the most effective approach in my opinion, but the decision to reveal the mask of Michael Myers when they decided to do it in this film, it's just so much more constructive. The full reveal of his mask, when you get a really good, clean, close-up look at his mask, is one of the most important scenes in this movie, and it happens with 22 minutes left in the film. So to wait an hour and 11 minutes to reveal the mask, and the way they chose to create that scene too, the composition, the framing, the lighting, even the score that they play in the background, it's so fucking perfect. And John Carpenter hits the nail on the head with all of it, and not even just that scene. This whole movie is so perfectly crafted. Laurie Strode jump-started Jamie Lee Curtis's career and has now spanned across 4 decades, creating a story and a legacy that I'm gonna cherish for the rest of my life. This movie has affected my life in so many different ways. Given it didn't end on the highest note, actually one of the lowest notes, this was the seed that was planted for my relationship with my wife. This is her favorite movie. We have matching butcher knife tattoos. We named our son Haddon after Haddonfield. I have countless Halloween shirts and collectibles. I have the full-size theatrical Halloween poster framed up on my shelf. I have an original Halloween VHS tape, still wrapped and sealed. Halloween collectible figures for Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. But this baby is my pride and joy right here. And I will get every one for every installment in the new trilogy. But this beauty is just... this is a work of art right here. I got this designed by a company called CK Custom Design Studios. They are based out of, I think they're based out of North Carolina. And this is one of the best rehauls I've seen. If you want to reach out to them, you can see if they still do rehauls. I don't see a film surpassing this as my favorite. I don't see a horror film surpassing this. This movie doesn't need to be touched. And I have made some great relationships with some great people, both in person and just over the internet because of this movie. This movie and this franchise have done great things for a lot of great people, and I'm just happy to be one person that's been affected by that. I know it's kind of crazy if someone isn't super into any art form or passionate about anything like this, especially since it's just a movie franchise, but stuff like this goes a long way for people, and if it's affected you the same way, then great. We just share another thing in common. I appreciate you guys checking out all these videos. Thank you for tuning in every day throughout the month. I appreciate you all. And we will resume our regularly scheduled programming with random ass trailer reactions and movie reviews. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.